Alright guys, it's May 30th here today. It is a windy one. It's like blowing 40, 50 kilometer winds, and it's hot. Hot as in like 29 degrees Celsius, so that's pretty warm for May with that kind of wind. Obviously, a little crop update. Crops are definitely going backwards. Crazy. Just can't catch a break. I just can't believe it. Just can't get over it. The winter wheat is very blue, which isn't good, and it's heading out, which also isn't good in May. It's been heading out for a while. The durum, it's like 4 or 5 leaf probably, and it's very stressed. Lentils are still okay. Well, as good as lentils can be, I guess. And yeah, the canola, it's sitting pretty stagnant into the. It's going to be probably 2 leaf probably pretty soon, which is good. It's starting to bust out a little bit. But no, we're pretty dry. Whole province is really dry, actually. Here, I don't mind tracking down there. Now you can hear me. Whole province is quite dry. Even the North Farm, West Farm, also pretty dry. Surprisingly scary how dry it is actually already. Anyways, we can only do what we can do. We just make the best decisions that we can with the information that we have at the time, and we just put the crop in the ground and pray that we get the timely rains, and then we can get it off and get it in the bin and get it sold for a good dollar. That's all we do as farmers. So, but anyways, it's windy, it's not very nice outside, so we are seeding sloughs. Every acre of the farm will be seeded this year. We seeded like 98% of everything because it was such a dry seed. But there was just a few sloughs that had a little bit of water in them. You can't really tell it's a slough, but it's not seeded, as you can tell it went around. This little green strip in the middle here was my sprayer. I boomed around this way, and then obviously I left a little bit, so that was obviously water in there, a little bit of water in there when I was doing my burn off. So we have actually already sprayed herbicide on these lentils, like a grassy, and we went right through that slough, so that grass will die. But now we are coming in here and we are just seeding some wheat, is kind of what we're doing. So let's start seeding some sloughs. Now obviously this drill is way too big for slough seeding, but we do have sectional control, which I'm not going to use because I'm going to double up my rate here right in this low spot. Hopefully this is where we can pull our profit off if everything stays as it is, which is terrifying. Okay, put it down. Actually, you're right, we're going to use sectional control here. So we're just seeding this little stretch. You can't hardly make this out. And then I seeded the lentils in and around this way, so there's just this little chunk right here. I have done videos in the past of seeding sloughs. We go right up to middle of June, 20th of June, seeding sloughs, because we'll get them. I would say, I don't know what average is anymore, so I don't know what an average is, but in the past, I'll just say, in the past, it hasn't been uncommon for us to go back and seed 10% worth of our farm in sloughs. And that's quite a bit. That's quite a few acres, 10%. This year it's going to be like next to nothing. But there's a few sloughs out there. Farmers want to utilize all the ground they have, especially in tough times. And sloughs typically have a little bit more moisture. And if you get a rain, the water is going to go to the slough. So hopefully you can capitalize and make a buck or two. There. And it's a lot better than seeded to wheat or something versus growing to weeds or growing to foxtail grass. So we don't want that. Now you probably have questions like, Mike, what about your lentils that you're driving over here, buddy? Yeah, you might see my tracks come harvest time, but the lentils are pretty dang small right now. So again, I don't know what average is, but on an average year, they'll grow right through it. You'll never see it. You'd never know I was out here. So you just kind of drive around and find find sloughs. Now I do have an edge because I sprayed this field. So I'm like, oh man, there's quite a few sloughs out here. Like there's another one. This field actually had a few. That might be like a one swiper. Man, the forest fires that are in northern Saskatchewan are crazy. So tinder dry everywhere. I'm having 2021 flashbacks, guys, where there's the whole province. Normally it's just us in the southwest, but this year it's the whole province. Other than the southeast, they've been getting rain. Oh yeah, this is just one swipe here. Alright, gonna set it in the ground now. Look at that. Making the most of everything here. And lift it up. There we go. That was a one swipe. Let's see what else we can find here. Now, what can get tricky, guys, is if you're out seeding sloughs, and we might still do that yet today, and it has not been crop sprayed yet. Or, actually, I'll back that up. It's not tricky because you go right through. What can be tricky is if chickpeas. This has happened in chickpeas. Chickpeas sometimes require 2 applications of herbicide because they're a long growing season, and if you have a wet season, a lot can grow. So if you were to go seed some sloughs out in chickpeas, after you've done your herbicide, no big deal, and then maybe third time you need to do it again, well, now your crop is up. Your sloughs are probably this tall, and now you have to go around all your sloughs with the sprayer. So you don't want to just spray out your wheat. So that's happened. I'm a little nervous about this one. I don't know if it's dry. Also, don't get stuck while seeding sloughs. This one hasn't been seeded in years. This is literally one of those sloughs that we rarely ever see, but we're gonna try. And we're gonna put it down now. I should probably focus, make sure it's... Now this one was not sprayed, so this is actually not going to die. These weeds and grass in here, not going to die. But that's okay, because we actually have some herbicide in the sprayer, and we're going to come out and we're just going to post-spray a couple of these sloughs when it's not so windy. See, it was muddy when I was seeding this. We need a smaller drill, guys. We need a baby drill. We need a baby drill here to seed some sloughs. And get ready, get ready, get ready. I'm going into my lentils on this side. Lift it up, lift it up, lift it up. Okay, okay. Kind of split the difference there. I believe the family, they've already seeded any slough that they wanted to seed. I believe they are done, drills are washed and parked. We obviously brought this drill. We're at the South Farm, by the way. I'm not sure if I said that. All of our equipment was up at the North Farm. Set the drill back down. But we are now back at the South Farm with one drill to seed sloughs. We got another drill up north, obviously. And I got lots of sloughs to seed up at the West Farm. But I don't really feel like taking a drill over there just to seed them. So eventually all the drills need to be back here. Boy, this is kind of weedy. This is weedy. Sorry I'm moving around so much. I'm actually trying to focus here. Okay, we gotta go into some lentils here. Trying to turn. Trying to get this to come out. Split the difference. Split the difference. Lift up. I can tell where I've been out here. And set it down, slow down, slow down, slow down. First gears. Get her in the ground here, get her in the ground. Alright, this slough is just about seeded. And I actually had a little bit of fertilizer left, like we're talking like 20 acres or so. And I'm like, perfect, I'm gonna run this fert out so I don't have to store it. Well, alright, that one's done. Okay, well you guys kind of get the idea of what I'm doing here. So, most farmers that I know anyway down here, especially, go out and seed sloughs. So this is not an uncommon thing, or not a rare thing. It's pretty common. Okay, I'll catch you guys then. Adios, amigos.